The pledge of allegiance. Please stand.
Heavenly Father, we come with grateful hearts for this day and for the blessings that have come to St. Lucie County. We ask for your continued blessings on all those who are in harm's way in service to our country and our community. Father, we seek wisdom and discernment on the issues of this day. And we ask that during this time together, our actions and our words will represent the best that is in each of us. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so before we begin with public comments, I just want to open up with a couple of things. I want to remind everybody to please turn your cell phones on silent. And I would also like to start off by having Mr. McIntyre, if you would please state the difference between a resolution and an emergency order.
So, thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, what we have in front of us today, the board has an emergency order and an emergency ordinance. And the principal difference between the two is the order, and this is state law, is enforced through, it's a misdemeanor, second-degree misdemeanor. Again, that's the state law, not the county. But that's how the state law provides for that. An ordinance, on the other hand, as we've drafted it, does not provide for criminal penalties. It provides for civil citations in lieu thereof. The other difference is procedural. If you're going to do an emergency ordinance, it requires a 4/5 vote, whereas the emergency order would only require 3 out of 5. Those are essentially the differences.
Thank you. And in the course of this last week or two, I've also had conversations with people in the community, and I think it's important for everybody to know. I'm sure most of you do realize this, but we are still currently under a state of the emergency. It has never been removed. And while you're under the state of the emergency, your local county administrator, your local city managers, they are the commander-in-chief, and they can make rules and they can write orders that, as an elected official, we have no right to override them. However, a good manager and a good administrator wants their job when this is over with and we get released. So they are going to engage in conversation with elected officials. And so I just want you to understand that the difference between an ordinance and an order, and I want you to understand that we are still currently under a state of the emergency. Therefore, Mr. Tipton, the county administrator, still has executive powers to do what he sees fit. I think it's important for everybody to understand this. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get started, but before I do, does any commissioner have a comment that they'd like to state before we move on? Okay, I'd also like to have the Madam Secretary please call the roll, because I believe Commissioner Bartz is joining us virtually.
Commissioner Mitchell?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Hutchinson?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Bartz?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Zadowski?
Yes, ma'am.
And Commissioner Townsend?
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Okay, the other thing before we begin, Mr. McIntyre, the public comments that have come in through email and telephone, do we need to address how we're going to put those into the record?
I think we can do that after we get through the live public comment,
Okay.
but yes, we do need to address that.
Okay, thank you. And the other question that I'm going to ask each of you is that because there are people in the hall waiting to come in, and we're limited to 60 people, if you have had your 3 minutes to speak, if you will please exit and allow somebody else the opportunity as you have had to come in. And I'm also going to ask that you adhere to the 3 minutes, and if you're not finished at that time and the buzzer goes off, to please end your conversation. And I would also appreciate for everybody in the room, I know that we're all passionate about this, as we should be, but I would like to ask each of you, as you have done in the past, to please just be respectful. So at this time, we're going to open up the public comment. I know some of you have filled out comment cards. Do you want to come forward and speak? Madam Secretary, do you have those that you'd like to start calling? Or Katie? if for some reason you did not fill out one of these, when she has went through all of the requests, we will still open it up for you to have the 3 minutes to come up here and speak if you do not get the opportunity to, fill out the card.
George Edwards.
Good afternoon.
Can I pull this down? Okay, my name is George Evans. I'm a native of Florida and have lived in St. Lucie County since 2003. Gee, you know this mask is uncomfortable. I hate it. People say they have rights, the right to swing your arm in where the next fellow's nose begins. This is far more important than a bloody nose. You can kill me and other people. Preamble of the Constitution says, in part, promote the general welfare. I have copies here showing promote the general welfare underlined. I also have copies of the First Amendment to the Constitution. Nothing is underlined because there is nothing there that contradicts the preamble. This does not interfere with your freedom of speech. The courts have held out that people may wear clothing, must wear clothing hiding their personal parts. In other words, you can't go public naked in public areas unless it is a place where authorized for that purpose. You can talk through the mask if you want, your voice to be heard pleasant. You can pull it down briefly if you have your social distance. I am asking the commissioners to vote and do the right thing. Make face mask covering required in public. I don't think doing this will affect your reelection because it is in Blue County. Most of these objectors are Trumpers. I am sure they will include exceptions for people that are physically, for physical reasons cannot wear the mask. Those people can use a face shield. It's not as good, but that provides some protection to other people and a little protection for them. Also for religious reasons, that I don't agree with this because if your religion is to kill somebody, you can stop. I voted for Trump, never again.
Bill Corbett.
I should go now?
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon. What we have here today is not about state law.
I need to interrupt you real quick. I need you to, state your name for the record, please.
William Corbett.
Thank you.
What we have here today is not about state law. It's not about county law. It's not about, you feeling that you have any power over people. People have all the power over you. And just to bring it forward so you understand, we, have sections in our Constitution that protect us, and we all know that. And I'm going to read this little excerpt so you know where you're standing here. The Constitution of the United States is the supreme law of the land, and any law that strays outside the boundaries enumerated in are undeniably unconstitutional. And that's what's actually happening here today. The undisputable fact that acts passed by the Congress and state legislators which do not conform to the Constitution of the people of the United States have been found by the Supreme Court to be null and void and have no effect. So anything you pass here today will have no effect. The enactment of the unconstitutional laws by legislators clearly violate the oath and support to defend the Constitution of the United States of America, which you all took an oath, you know. The violation of this oath by an elected official, public officer, could therefore be construed as a treasonable act. So what we're looking at here is not a question whether you can do or can't do. Are you willing to sit there and commit treason? And I'm gonna ask you that. Are you willing to sit there and commit treason today? Because if you are, we're gonna hold you accountable.
Yes,
And we're gonna look to charge you for these treasons,
absolutely.
okay? So this is not about you, your power, or anything. This is not about being a blue county, red county, or whatever. This is not about whether you voted for Trump or whoever. This is about us. We are your bosses.
That's right.
We will continue to be your bosses. We will not back down from being your bosses. You will be arrested if we have to go that far. But we will not allow treason to be taken forth against the people. And I make myself clear. So anything you pass here today, or you think you're gonna do today, you will not see me be a part of, ever. Because I am gonna hold my constitutional rights. And I am gonna hold each and every one of you responsible. And I'm gonna demand, and I'm gonna inform the people, and we're gonna make sure that we get this job done. So you can sit there, you can look at me, you can say, hey, this guy's full of crap, whatever, but that's the deal.
Say it loud, say it proud, brother, say it loud and say it proud.
Before we go on to the next speaker, we're gonna ask, there you are. Thank you.
Thank you. Keith Bassett. Keith Bassett. Are you Keith? Keith Bassett. Keith. Glenn Collins.
Good afternoon, my name is Glenn Collins. Just want to come up here to say, Commissioner Zadowski, Commissioner Mitchell, they did not have their mask on earlier. They turned them on for the cameras. Just like Fauci, takes them off.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is so deadly, how can you have your mask off? You too, Commissioner Mitchell, and you were not social distancing with this deputy. How dare you? Closing the beaches, you can go protest, you can get as close as you want, but you can't take your family to the beach.
Only for this weekend. Only for this weekend.
Yeah, 4th of July.
It's okay on the 3rd and the 5th.
I don't normally even go to the beach, but you know what? I want to go this weekend, and I will go to the beach.
Go to my party.
I don't even have to talk about the numbers, because anybody with any sort of intelligence can see that the numbers are inflated. Every time they put the numbers on, it says, not necessarily caused by COVID. Anybody that tests positive for COVID is marked as a COVID death. You go to the hospital for something totally unrelated, you test positive, you're marked as COVID. I cannot believe I am even in here today. This is un-American. And I urge everyone, it's gotten to this point. You see any of these people that support this stuff, photograph them, document it, post it. Thank you.
Very good, brother. Hold them down a bit.
Again, I'm gonna ask if there's a thing on the floor. I know that we're all passionate here and everything, but if we could try to not touch the podium, then that would have to sanitize in between. Madam Secretary, I'm gonna interrupt real quick and say, the gentleman with the baby, if you could go ahead and, if you have to have his name, have him come on up, so that way he can speak and then he can be comfortable with his daughter.
Is
Actually, hey, we the people, is that okay? Is it okay if this is okay? I don't want to infringe on y'all's rights because this is us. It's not about them anymore, it's about us.
Okay, so I'm just trying to do this because you're two bodies versus.
Yeah, that's fine.
Two more coming
You
in.
don't have to explain or you don't
I'm
have to
not.
explain nothing to me. I'm a grown man.
Okay,
I'm
state your
40
name for
years
the
old,
record,
I can do
please.
what I want.
State your name for the record.
My name is Mike Taylor, I go by Solely Ecker on YouTube. Under a state of emergency during a hurricane, you say, oh, it's mandatory that people leave the island. But we don't force them off the island. We don't infringe on their rights if they want to stay. And you wanna infringe on our rights and you wanna make this mandatory? Which one of y'all up here on this panel is a doctor? Right now, you guys are taking less than 1%. It's even less than 0.5% of our entire population. We are talking more people probably get killed by vehicles, and we don't shut down the country. Like, you want to go to gun rights? You know, we're almost pushing the same amount. Well, I'll say it's a lot less than gun people dying, but we don't shut the country. You want to take our rights away. That's what this is about. It's about taking a second. You take my Second Amendment, I have no way to defend you taking our First Amendment. I'm a Second Amendment guy. I will stand by the Second Amendment day in and day out. All these cops, when I walked in, had a problem with me and with an exposed holster and some magazines. I'm not here to hurt nobody, but I could just prove that's the problem, is that they want to take our rights away. They don't want the people to have the right to stand up for themselves. I, unfortunately, am not that person. I will stand up against all the tyrannical bull stuff that is going on, whether it's on this side, whether it's at the federal side, it doesn't matter to me. I will fight, not with a fist. I will do it with my rights. If you want to try to infringe on my rights, I will expose you, Franny, Kathy, Chris. I gave you a lot of respect for allowing us to speak. I appreciate that, for allowing us to speak, because all these two right here, all they want to do is silence us. You're not silencing the people anymore. We're sick of it. Even this little one chimed up. I am teaching her the same thing that she needs to be taught, to stand up against people like you. Franny? Bye, Felicia. You're gone. You're done. I'm making a video specifically on you on that day to show everybody in this county how tyrannical you are. So you ain't gonna make it to this 2020 election. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Same thing with Brian Mass, same with anybody that wants to infringe on all these people in here. Every one of these people put you in office and we pay your salary. If you don't accept that, guess what? I don't care. I'm gonna expose you for the tyrants that you are. Chris, I really hope you learn a lot from this, man. Just stay true to your guns and stick up for these people, because if you want to be elected again, you better hope these people want you. We don't want these two right here. These two gotta go.
Like, you remember he's the one who wanted the executive powers to push.
Okay,
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Oh, man. Chris, dude. Oh.
As he sits
I
there
always
and
used to
chuckles.
say the word that day, bro. Oh, man.
Time is up.
You're gonna be in that video too now, Chris.
Thank you.
You're in the video. Freddie, Chris,
Okay,
Kathy,
thank
you're
you.
all in that video now.
Um,
I don't care. Shut up.
So-
Don't talk to me.
so-
I don't want to hear
Sir, you need to leave.
blah, 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 blah. I'm leaving how I want to leave. I'm taking my time because guess what? I got a stroller. I got a kid.
It's important for everybody to understand that because of the legalities of meetings. it's
Legalities.
recorded. And so I know that it's hard to not, interact with the speaker, but we're gonna have to ask if you could please limit it, because right now the recording, whenever y'all are out there doing that, it's not able to pick up what's being said up here.
Yeah. The legality is holding you accountable.
Okay.
Because if you say the wrong thing, you're going to be accountable and you will be sued.
Okay, goodbye.
Hey, thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Live the dream. Let's fight for our country. Let's take our country back.
Michael, you had your 3 minutes.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Sick of you guys.
Good job, boy.
Get in there. Give them hell, everybody.
Sir. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for your service.
No, thank you. Thank you for all standing up. Yes, sir. Yeah, buddy.
Don't worry, I'm gonna play cleanup batter.
Yeah, please, man. Clean up these fucking tyrants, dude.
What's next?
Oh,
What's next?
Yeah,
You know what I
let-
mean?
They let them come for whatever they want, man. You want to come to my house with the vaccine? I got something that I'll stick in you. It's called a 5.56.
I got a BB gun.
Yeah, you need to upgrade, brother.
Hey, what's up, man?
You need to raise up a friend.
You got to sign up, or they just doing straight public?
Straight talking, G.
All right, man. You stay up, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, everybody. Talking, I'm not trying to get them involved. I was just trying to hold my. But we're gonna get out of here. Thank you.